Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, find how many duplicate values are there in an array or an array list in Java. Let me answer this question with practical demonstration. In order to find, okay, how many duplicate values are there, okay, how many numbers got duplicated either in an array or array list, we have to use hash set to solve this problem. Okay, let me practically demonstrate how to find how many, that is the count of duplicate values that are there either in the array or array list with the help of the hash set in the Java programs. So with practical demonstration, you will be able to answer this question in a better way or able to understand the answer for this question in a better way. Okay. So for that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE, and here I'll just go with some package. I'll just create a package otherwise just for categorization. I'll just name this as arrays package, arrays package, arrays pack. Now here I'm going to create a class. I'm going to create a class, guys. Okay. So I'll just name this class as some sample one class. I can give any name for this class. Click on finish. With main method, I'm generating the class code and the main method. Inside this main method, first I'm going to create an array, guys. Okay. Integer array AR is equal to, okay, I'll give the shortcut representation of the array in the curly braces. That is 9 comma 1 comma 5 comma 7 comma, okay, 3 comma 1 comma 2 comma again 9 8 6 comma 4 comma 2 comma 1 comma 3. Okay, like that I gave some random values. In that you can clearly see that 9 is duplicated here, 1 is duplicated multiple times, 3 is duplicated. So how many duplicate values are there? I just want to find out. Okay, I want to find out how many duplicate values are there, guys. Okay, to find the number of duplicate values here, what we can do is we can do one thing. That is, here you create something known as asset. Okay, just create something known as asset. Asset in collections framework, asset is equal to new asset. Okay, like this create an object for the new we have, right, new asset, and here you provide the generic type. Okay, over the mouse on this, import this from java.util package, and here mention which type of objects these are. Integer you just mentioned because this particular things are integer type, so it's better to provide integer wrapper class type here. Now what you have to do here is you have to simply say int, okay, int count. Okay, so first of all, how many elements are there in this array? I'll just first of all write int count is equal to 0. Count is 0, guys. Okay, so how many duplicate count are there? Count is equal to 0 for now, and I'm going to write some logic like this. For I have to iterate through all these array elements. For int I is equal to 0, I less than ar dot length I plus plus, like this I'll write the logic. Okay, so this will iterate through all the elements of this array. For each and every element in the array, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write the logic like this. If, okay, if this hset dot add method, okay, so set dot add, what I want to add into this, but asset doesn't have anything here. If I print it out here, system dot out dot println, if I print the asset, there will be 0 elements in this asset. Okay, this particular asset has 0 elements, but here I'm writing a logic, okay, to add the elements into this asset. Till now in the array we have the elements, but these elements are not there in the hash set. So I'm writing the logic to add this particular array elements into the hash set. Okay, only when they are not duplicate of. Okay, only the unique elements I want to add, duplicate elements I don't want to add. So here I'll simply write down hset dot either, you know, here I can write here like dot contains method. There is a one contains method, guys. Instead of add method, we have contains method. Asset dot contains method contains of, if this asset already contains AR of I, this array of index I, that is 9. Is 9 already there in this asset? Is this 9 element integer value is already there in the asset? Asset has 0 elements at this moment. It doesn't have anything. So what will happen here, guys? If it contains means it's a duplicate thing, right? If it's already contains, if this particular array element is already there in the hash set, here 0 elements, how can a particular, here 9 is not there in this hash set because hash set has 0 elements, so there is no possibility of 9 here. So if it contains means, what I will do is I'll increment the value of count by 1. That is not going to happen for the first element anyhow. Count plus plus will not happen. Else what I will say is hset dot add of, okay, hset dot add of AR of I. I'll add this into the hash set. Simple. I'll add this into the hash set. Okay. Here we have to add to the hash set because we have to see if this particular element is duplicated elsewhere. Okay. Now, once the moment I add this particular, you see in the first iteration, what will happen? It will take the value 9 here in this for loop. Okay. In the index 0, which element is there? 9 is there. Hash set contains 9. No, 0 elements are there. It doesn't contain 9. So here it will add the 9 into the hash set. Okay. Here 9 will be added. Just for sample, I'm writing here, guys. At this line, it will not add. It will add it here. So 9 will be, 9 is already there now. Okay. After the first iteration, 9 is already there into the, added to the hash set. Now, again, the for loop, I plus plus will happen. I will become 1. I was 0. I will become 1. 1 less than, yeah, size of the array. We'll go inside that. Hset dot contains AR of 1. That is 1. Is 1 already there in the hash set? Only 9 is there. 1 is not there. So here, it will go to the else block and it will add this 1 to the hash set. It will add 1 to the hash set. Okay. Till now count is 0 only, guys. Then it will take the next element 5 and check whether 5 is already there in the hash set. You see only 9, 1 are there, 5 is not there. It will go to the else block and it will add 5 into the hash set. Okay. Using the add method, it will add 5 into the hash set. Then it will take the next element 7. 7. Is 7 already there in the hash set? No, 7 is not there. 9, 1, 5 are there. 7 is not there. Again, 7 will be added. It will go to the else block and add the 7 here. Okay. Then it will take the next number 3. Is 3 there in the hash set already? 9157 is there. 3 is not there. 3 also will be added here. Then it will take the next number 1. So 1 is there in the hash set. Yes, 1 is already there in the hash set. So it will return true and it will go to the count plus plus. It will not add into the hash set, guys. It will say count plus plus only. The value of the count has become 1 now. Okay, how many duplicate elements are there in this array? 1 duplicate element so far. Okay, so for 1, it is not added to the hash set. Rather, it has incremented the value of the count by 1. Okay, we got 1 as the count. Then after that, it will take the next element 2. Is 2 already there in the hash set? 91573. It's not there, so 2 will be added here by going to the else block. Then it will go to the 9 here. Is 9 already there in the hash set? Yes, 9 is already there. So it will, the condition will become true and it will say count plus plus. So count will become 2. Okay, 2 duplicate elements so far in the arrays. Okay, then it will take the next one 8. Is 8 already there? Not there. So 8 will be added. Then is 6 already there? 6 is not there. So 6 will be added. Is 4 already there? 4 is not there. So 4 will be added here. Then is 2 already there? Yes, 2 is already there, guys. So count plus plus, count will become 3 here. Okay, is 1 already there? Yes, 1 is already there. Go to this if block and it will become 4. Is 3 already there? Yes, 3 is already there. Count, it will go to the if block and count will become 5. Okay, finally all the elements of the array are completed. So how many duplicate elements are there? I can print it out here. Okay, this is a program for writing or counting. Okay, duplicate values in array are, okay, count of duplicate values in array are plus count. Okay, just write like this and run the code here and you'll get the output, guys. Right click, run as Java application. You'll get the count as 5. Count of the duplicate values in the array. You see 0 elements are there when I'm printing here, right? When I'm printing into the asset, 0 elements were there. That just to prove that I printed that, but it's not required in program. Okay, I just comment this out. Okay, so how many duplicate elements are there? 5 are there. Okay, total 5 duplicate elements are there. Remaining all are unique elements. Okay, these are the unique elements. These unique elements for plus 5 duplicate elements. Okay, these are the unique elements plus 5 duplicate elements. Okay, that duplicate elements are not added to the hash set. Okay, the duplicate elements, only these elements are got added to the hash set. Out of all these elements, these are the elements that got added. Duplicate elements are not added here. But how many duplicate values are there apart from the unique elements that can be added to the hash set? How many extra duplicate elements are there? That 5. Okay, that is the output we got. So here, this particular thing can be an array or it can be an array list. Okay, if in case of an array list, what we can do if it is an array list, for example, array list A list is equal to, okay, if you get a question in the interview like how to find the duplicate elements in the array list, Okay, there's not much difference, guys. Here you have to write integer here, integer here. Okay, here also just write like this and hover the mouse on this and import this array list from java.detail package. And here a list dot add of. There's a method, guys. Okay, that we can add a list dot add all. Okay, add all of some kind of method will be there here. By using this, we can add or okay, add all we can say. So new, what is that actually? I have to write something like this, guys. Okay, I have to convert this into the array list and a list dot add all of new of. So if I write arrays dot to list, convert this into list or something, guys. Okay, there's some kind of method here. Arrays dot as list or something dot as list of, we can write down AR for example. Okay, AR cannot be resolved to a variable. I don't think we can write it here. How to use add all method. Okay, just it will make the code look small, but let's add like this, guys. Add of. Okay, instead of shortcut format, right? I'll add like this. Okay, this is another way of adding. Alias dot add of. Alias dot add of one. Alias dot add of. Then 5. Alias dot add of 7. Okay, list dot add of 3. Like this, in the array list the elements will be there. If you want to find the duplicate number of duplicate elements in this array list, okay, but the way of adding here is like this, and we have a shortcut way also, but I forgot that. Actually I did that earlier, but I forgot somehow. So 9, but this is a general way that people follow, so there is no harm in doing like this. A list dot add of 6. You see all these elements I am adding. Okay, simple. A list dot add of 4. If it is not array, if it is array list, you have to add like this, guys. A list dot add of 2. Then a list dot add of then what is that, 1. Okay, then a list dot add of 3. Like this, all the elements I have added to the array list. Now instead of passing here, instead of saying for int I is equal to 0, I less than ar dot length and all, right? Okay, so you can also do array list dot. Okay, instead of this, you can use for each loop, or you can say dot size here. Okay, otherwise what I can do here is I'll just comment this out. For arrays, this is a code. For array list, I'll write for each loop. Okay, I can write for each loop or whatever. Here also you can, it's better to use, here also I'll do one thing. Either for loop or for each loop, anything you can use. With arrays also you can use for each loop, guys. For array list also you can use for each loop. For this I'll use for each loop. For each and every element in the array list is integer. So integer e colon a list. A list is the object reference of the array list. For each and every element in the array list, write this logic, guys. Write this logic. So uncomment this one. That's it. And here write down, in place of this AR of I, you just provide E, guys. That will be enough, more than enough. Okay. Hasset dot contains of E. Okay. Count plus plus. Otherwise, add this element into the hasset. Add this particular element into the, for each and every element we are iterating and doing that. So this same logic we can write it here also for arrays also. Instead of using this kind of for loop, we can use a for each loop also with arrays. That's okay. But let me run this code and see whether the count of the duplicate values. Here I'll comment this out and write down this area, this particular thing here. Count of duplicate values in array list are count. Okay, run this code, right click, run as Java application. You see count of duplicate values in the array list are 5. Again, the same output you got, because the same list of values added into the array list also. Either with arrays or array list, you will get the same kind of logic you have to write, guys. I'll just reduce this size, but ultimately, if I reduce the size, you cannot see the code properly. Just try to increase as much as possible. Okay, this is a main method. At least if you can see the main method, that's okay. You can take a screenshot of this code, guys. You can take the screenshot of this code. I'll pass it for a while and practice in your machine. Hope that you have taken the screenshot of this particular code that you have to write to find how many duplicate values are there in the arrays or array list. Okay, so with practical demonstration, I've answered this question for you. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.